Sage Valmiki and the divine sage Narad had a conversation. Valmiki asked Narad, Konvasmin sampratam loke gunavan, kashya viryavan, dharmanyasya kritanyasya satyavakyo dridavridaha. Which means, who in this world at present is that great person who is the gunavan, one with a great character, viryavan, one who is brave and fearless, dharmagyan, one who is virtuous, follows great principles in life, kritanyasya, one who is full of gratitude, satyavakyo, one who keeps up his promise, dridavridaha, one who is determined. And he added more, one with good conduct, kind to all beings, great scholar, with adorable ability, admirable personality, and many more. Sage Narad paused for a few minutes and said, O sage Valmiki, those many virtues cited by you are impossible to be found in a single individual. But I will tell you about such a man who has all these attributes. He is none other than the one and only Ram. Ram is the embodiment of all great qualities. Once, all these qualities of Ram had a discussion. They all said, we have been living in Ram since many, many years, almost since he was born. Why don't we get separated and start to live in other human beings? Saying this, bravery went to live in a man. In few seconds, it realized that he was even afraid of his own shadow. Kindness went to live in another person. In few minutes, it realized that he was not even able to be kind to his own family. Empathy went to live in a man. In no time, it realized he was the most selfish and harsh person. After quite a struggle, all these good qualities came running back to Ram and decided that Ram is the only person where they all can live forever. Yes, Rama is the supreme personality, and one who surrenders to him will be nourished by him materially and spiritually. There lived a fisherman who used to go fishing, and with all the little money he gets by selling his fishes, he fed his wife and children. He had a small boat which he used to take to the sea and do fishing. As days passed, his fellow fishermen bought bigger boats and would go into the sea and catch all the fishes. This poor fisherman was left only with little fishes which did not yield him any good profit. He could not afford to feed his family properly and did not have any money to buy bigger boats either. He was so worried. Soon he came to know that the king of that country owns a big private pond which had plenty of fishes in it. But it is the king's private pond and no one was allowed to do any fishing in that pond. If anyone was caught fishing in that pond, they will be punished to death. The poor fisherman thought, anyways, I and my family are suffering due to hunger and poverty. Let me give it a try. He was ready to take the risk to save his family. He dressed himself like a sadhu, a saint, hid his fishing net under his clothes and went near the pond. When he was about to throw the fishing net into the pond, he heard the sound of galloping horses. The king and his ministers were coming towards that pond in their horses. The fisherman's heart skipped a beat. He was terrified, but quickly thought of a plan. As he was dressed like a sadhu, he sat near the pond with closed eyes and started chanting, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. The king and his ministers came near the fisherman. The fisherman continuously chanted the Ramanama. The king, who was already a spiritual person, was so happy to see the sadhu chanting the glorious Ramanama near his pond. He thought it was a blessing. So he gave him 5 bags of gold coins in charity to this sadhu, our fisherman. The king left the place. The fisherman was awestruck. All the poverty and struggles are gone. For his lifetime, he and his family can live happily with the gold coins that the king had offered. Just by acting to chant the name of Ram, he was honored so much. He could not think of the benefits he might get if he wholeheartedly chanted Ramanama. That day, he realized the glorious power of Ramanama.